Funsie, a disc golf podcast where we have morning voice, and you can definitely tell in our voice. I can't tell in the moment, but when I listen back to these podcasts, I'm always like, good Lord, man. It's the three of us today. Mr. Millie is just all around the world from Estonia, coming back from GBO. So I think we're just going to do a quick check-in, see what everyone's up to. How are the boys doing this fine morning?
Dude,
the boys are
booming. Boys are booming. Grant's still trying to ace.
Yep.
Yeah, that's one of the talking points for today. I wanted to check in with you.
It's been a
Grant.
long time coming.
Well, you have 3 left, right?
Okay, so currently I have 2 left, and it's 160 and 170. I'm hoping to hit them both in the same day. No, so Disrespect has 1 left, but his is 200. So his is harder, but he definitely has the odds of winning right now because I need to hit 2.
Bro, Disrespect. Let's go.
Okay, yeah, I don't think we've actually talked about it on the podcast, so maybe give like a brief synopsis of what you've been doing, and then, we'll go from there after that.
So, yeah, I joined in on Conkle and Pop Top's challenge to race from 10 to 200 feet acing, so like in 10-foot increments all the way from 10 feet to 200 feet. I did not know what I was getting myself into when I joined this, but it was kind of just one of those things where I was like, I just need to get out and like post videos more. So I just need to hop in this challenge if they'll let me. So I like texted them and asked if I could join, and I was like, I want to go in, like I want to put the money in, all that. I was like, if I don't win, that's fine. I'll start behind, whatever. So they were kind enough to let me in, and now like Conkle's gone, and
really?
Wait, what?
yeah,
Conkle's
Conkle's not even doing it anymore.
Actually,
just no call, no show.
He's definitely he's not posting every day. He's like been texting us a little bit, just saying like, hey, I'll like try it every once in a while. But he's over it, and he's just like, it's taking too long.
I was about to say, that was going to be my next one. I was like, how? Like, is it annoying doing that every single day?
Yes,
especially editing.
It definitely is. There's like there's a little part of me that likes the challenge of doing it every day, and I think it's like good for you. But most of me is just kind of like annoyed that I'm doing it still. And if it wasn't for the money at this point, I probably wouldn't be doing it, even though the money doesn't matter that much. Hold on one second. My computer's about to die. I don't have it plugged in.
Yeah. I'm just, like, I don't know, just doing daily stuff is just, like, I know it's, like, easier daily stuff, but still, it's, like, I feel like a lot of effort to, 1, go out to the course every single day, and 2, edit it. I feel like that's at least taking you. Is Ace Runs taking you like an hour or 2 out of your life every day? From throwing to editing to posting?
Well, I haven't been doing like super hardcore editing on it. This lighting is so bad, but it's fine.
You look like you're from Jersey Shore, 2009.
Yeah, super tan.
My main light is too far back,
yeah.
But it's whatever. Yeah, so the throwing doesn't take that long. So that's like become like the least annoying part. And the editing is not bad if I just do it on my phone, even though I don't really want to. Like I would like to have it be nice
that makes
looking.
more sense. Yeah, on your phone. Definitely expedites the process.
Yeah, I've just gotten to the point where I'm so over it that I'm just like, okay, if I have like some really good shots or one goes in, like I'll edit it on my computer most likely, and then if not, I'll just like do it on my phone. And part of me like doesn't even want to post the ones that are just bad because I'm like, no one wants to watch this, but I think it's just a part of the challenge that you like have to post everyone. So I'm trying to stay consistent with it.
Talk about like your way of thinking or thoughts about starting a challenge like this, and now you're getting towards the end of it, and just like mind shift changes, or like even what you've learned about doing this entire challenge.
I didn't really know what to expect when I first started. So actually, when I first started, I hated these challenges. I was just like, the idea of doing like a post every day challenge, or anytime I see someone, and this is just my opinion. So, and I'm literally doing one right now. But anytime I see a like post every day challenge, that's just like the same thing every day, but it's not like the most entertaining or like not, crazy editing or whatever. To me, it's just not something that I'll usually stick around for to watch.
Yeah.
And I know that fully while I'm making these and posting.
I literally think that probably that's why Conkle stopped. I think he's like trying to grow his channel, and I think he's like, this is just not doing well in terms of like audience retention. And it's just like he'd rather lose the 100 than keep putting effort into something like this rather than something, I guess, that he is more proud of. If I were to guess, I have no idea. Conkle, you always comment. Let us know.
Yeah, let us know in the comments. I think that's probably true. That's how I feel. Like I kind of want to spend more time doing other stuff that I know is just gonna do better. But I do think it's like net good. Like I think one, it's getting me just like used to going out every day, talking to like the camera over and over. Because for me, it's kind of been few and far between, like when I'm making videos and talking to the camera. So I almost have to like relearn that skill, and it's made me more comfortable just like, being myself, whatever, being goofy and just like not caring. So I like that aspect of it. But yeah, towards the end here, it's just getting like,
it's like,
old.
Please, where's the payoff?
Yeah.
Yeah, like I almost just want like anyone to win. But
hey, Stasis, what do we call it?
the Stasis.
Stasis. That's way better.
Wait, what are you talking about? That video
Yeah,
where I aced with it?
yeah, that was sick.
Yeah, that one didn't even count.
Too.
It
What?
is. That Stasis was not even a part of the challenge. That was just part of a different thing that I was doing. That was in round.
But even still,
I mean, I was hyped.
Does Bear Bites ace actually count towards your total?
Okay, so here's the other part of the whole thing. I have been like communicating with Conkle and Pop Top the whole time because they're the ones who started it. So I'm like, all right, you guys make the rules. Like, I'll tell you stuff that I'm doing. Whatever you say goes. I don't care. Like, I'm just, you guys let me in, so let me just, go by y'all's rules. And so everything I'm doing is like confirmed with them beforehand for the most part. And they were like, I was going to Spain and I was like, hey, I'm not going to be able to film. So I can either just not film and that's fine, or I can like have some other people help me. And they were like, yeah, that's fine as long as like they're around your skill level, it's fine. And then Conkle was like, yeah, I just don't want like Gann and Burr taking shots for you. And I'm like, okay. But to me that means like basically anyone who's not a pro. That's how I took it. Anyone who's not like, pretty much a pro, I can have them do it for me. So I like reached out to Jay Millie, I reached out to Ben, and Bear Bite, and then my buddy Noah Adderman, and I think Noah and Bear Bite did it. Oh yeah, you went live, Ben.
Yeah, I was like, I'm not
watched it.
making a whole reel and posting this. Like, I was just like, it's because I had just had so much to do that day, specific day.
Yeah.
And it was like 7 p.m. and I was like, you know what? I just have to go live. Like I won't be able to do it unless I go live. So I just went live and tried it.
Yeah, and that's totally cool. Well, and that's kind of like what I think it's about too. I think they understand that it's like for the content's sake mostly. I mean, as far as most of the group goes, it's just like whatever's the most entertaining content. Like, if I have Bear by Ace for me, that's like good content, and that's just like people are gonna watch it. He's then like
that's true. I did watch that one fully. I will say,
yeah,
that's a good point. That was one of the ones I watched in entirety.
Yeah,
Maybe there's
And
something
then
to that going forward. Just having a different content creator do a different distance each day. That way it's fresh and different, even though it's still like a daily upload sort of thing.
yeah. Well, when I first got into the challenge, my hope was that like, because I had already seen, I think like one or two guys get in the challenge with them. I don't know if they like asked if they could be in it like I did, but my hope was like, hopefully just more and more people like hop in on this, because it's not inherently entertaining. Like it's not something that I would want to watch. But if more and more people started to hop in and like join this challenge, and more money was put on the line, like
Yeah, that'd be
you could have like
crazy.
a brand sponsor that. Yeah.
Where is the money coming from? If Conkle is kind of like, yeah, maybe he's like done at this point. And
I think he
how
just
does
put it
that
up, right? And
happen?
he's just surrendering his $100 and like, you guys go ahead,
He is.
take it.
Wow, what a G.
Yeah. He said his money's still in it, and he's still like trying every once in a while. But he's just not. He's just like over posting every day.
Mhm.
So mad respect to him. Also, when I first started posting it, I kept saying Conkle and Pop Top. I'm racing against Conkle and Pop. And my dad had been seeing my videos, and he was like, "What is this Conkle and Pop Top you keep talking about?"
Yeah,
I was like, "Just don't worry about it."
We're something that I've noticed lately to pivot is, do you guys listen to like other disc golf podcasts at all?
I
A little
used to heavily, but recently not as much.
Yeah, I feel like I've listened to a fair amount of them, and now just thinking about it, I feel like there are way less disc golf podcasts than there have been in recent memory. So I kind of
yeah.
went through and I was looking, and I'm like, at least as of the last 2 or 3 weeks, there's been no Tour Life podcast. I don't really know what's going on there. There's no more In the Bag. Well, there is, but it's very spotty, so you
It's
can't
with Brad
really rely on
only
it on like
too,
a
yeah.
week-to-week thing. I don't know, Ben, if you could shed light on like Staggered Stance and how often you guys are doing that. Is that
Yeah. Staggered Stance. I think we're doing it like once a month. I think it was just burnout from like like Matt and Josh had severe burnout because Matt was doing a lot of like the technical work, which is a lot like uploading and editing and whatever, all that. Then Josh was doing a lot of the prep work, and every Monday, like they have kids and stuff like that, so it got like a little tough. So it was just burnt out. And honestly, I'm honestly grateful that we kind of stopped too, because I was like, I didn't realize I was burnt out too. I was like, oh my goodness, like I'm just so glad we're doing this once a month. But that was just for this year. We're just kind of like seeing how the show evolves. We might start going more consistent in the future. We just don't know. It's just burnt out. I think it just has to do with us personally. Just like, the state of disc golf, uploading 2-hour show every day when we used to get like 300 live viewers, like concurrent. And then
What did it
now
get
it's
to?
like, what?
Sorry, what did it get to? Like towards, I'm not going to call it the end of the podcast, but like when you guys are just kind of like slowing it down.
It was still solid. It was like 80 to 100, but it was just like, I don't know. Matt was doing it for like 6 years, and it was just like, okay, like we're not seeing much growth anymore, and like it's just like I said, they have kids and they put a lot into it, and it was just like, okay, let's just take a break this year. It was more so just like kind of like a refresh, but I think in the future we might have a different game plan and start posting more consistently, but just like so it's like an easier workload, so it's not like anything crazy. But yeah, from my understanding, that's the reason, is just burnout. It was just like we've been doing this for so long, and it's just like a ton of work, and yeah.
That totally makes sense. I pretty much, I'm just thinking like Disc Golf Answer Man, and like there's all these awesome podcasts obviously that are still putting out stuff, but if anyone wanted to make a disc golf podcast, now really is the prime time. Maybe they won't see the payoff that they're hoping for, but if you're starting something new, I don't really think that's generally your expectation anyways. You're probably just coming in, but the point being there's a lot of open space, it feels like, if you want to start your own thing, which people have asked about, like the Another Round podcast, and just like the ideas of that have shifted so often. About like first it was going to be Avery that was doing it, and then just logistically that became difficult to be able to do all the time. So then they're like, Nathan, why don't you do it? But then I don't have the relations with some of these people that would make it interesting. Or I think I would do fine, but I'm not like boys with these people that are in the industry or something like that.
Yeah, and it is a lot.
The open invitation.
It's not a lot, but it's like it is a commitment. Like we're waking up at 7:30 Monday mornings before our day jobs. Well, before your guys' day jobs. Obviously, I'm off tour right now, but it's not like an intense commitment. I think, honestly, we portion out our roles really well, which is awesome. Like we all, like Grant does all the socials, Sajko does like the thumbnail, and sometimes edits the podcast, and then I'm just kind of like the tech guy. I'm the guy that mainly downloads, uploads, starts studio, whatever, any of that like back end tech stuff. So it is. I think we do a good job at that. But yeah, if you're doing
Josh
everything,
is our golden boy.
Yeah, and Josh is just the talent. Josh is the talent, so he gets a pass for not. But to be fair, that's what we said initially. That's kind of how we got him on board. It's like, yeah, bro, you just have to show up and speak, and we'll take it over.
And
your
you couldn't
time
even do that.
You're not
this
doing
week.
that.
Am I right?
Fired.
Doing a podcast is easy until you do it. Like, okay, I did it 2 weeks, and then 3 weeks, and then you suddenly realize you're like, oh, I have to start doing this every single week if I want this to grow. And showing up, like anything in life, is really the most difficult part to keep doing over and over again. At some point, it becomes second nature, but there's like this fine line where, like Ben was saying about Staggered Stance, where it's like, this is just burning me out, and you got to find that sweet spot to keep the thing going. Otherwise, it just becomes like, not that it's this way for this, but I could definitely see someone resenting the thing that they started because they're like, oh, I love this and I want to create a podcast around the thing that I love, to being like, oh man, it's now just a pain in the butt and I have to do it every week and show up even though maybe I don't want to.
Yeah, and for Staggered Stance, I know.
Yeah, Funsie used to be my casual afternoon listen.
Nice.
Go.
Sorry, I don't know. I thought there was more to that, Grant. I was just waiting.
This will be a heavily edited podcast.
So Staggered Stance, I know for a fact, like for the guys especially, it was like they were like 4 to 5 hours of their week was going to Staggered Stance. So that adds up. So that's why. Whereas here, it's obviously we have to record for an hour, and then we might spend like another hour. So it's definitely a lot more manageable. But yeah, Staggered Stance is a lot more heavily produced and takes a lot of prep, and it is longer. It's 2 hours, so that's another reason.
Mm-hmm. Before we started this podcast, I think it was last night, Grant was like, we're asking about questions with the podcast and saying that we have to talk about Nathan's sidearm grip. So this is
oh yeah,
me opening up the floor to you, Grant.
I have to watch. I have to look at it.
This is so funny. Obviously, I'm just joking, but like I'm no one to talk about anyone's grip or form or anything. But I thought it was so interesting that I was like watching you forehand on the last reel you put out or another round put out, and it looked like you just had like all 4 fingers, like you were just like basically like a server holding a pizza, and you were just like doing that. And then I like went back and I was like, wait, why does it look like he has so many fingers up? And it looks like you have like at least 3, I'm trying to think now, fingers like up like this versus like this. Does that make sense?
Yeah. So for listeners, Grant is putting up 3 fingers, kind of making it seem like I have 3 fingers in the rim instead of 2. In my head, I'm doing like what is it called? stack grip.
Two
There you
finger,
go.
yeah,
Stack
stacked.
grip.
Yeah.
I did notice in that because I went back and now I'm like I've unlocked something to be self-conscious about. I did notice that I was kind of vaguely doing a split grip, which is not intentional at all. Sidearm has always been the thing for me that just like as soon as I started, or at least like a couple months in, I was able to boom them, and then as of like the last few months, just not really playing as frequently. All of a sudden, they were coming out wobbly, and that was irritating me because the thing that was my strength was just like was frustrating that it wasn't working well. I saw that Brody Smith posted because he's just in his full-blown ultimate era right now, and he posted something about really locking in the disc into your hand to like make it a part of you instead of just like this foreign object that's in your hand. So that was me kind of messing around and trying to get what he described as like getting your hand above the disc so that you can really paw it, I guess I'll say. What is it? All Birdies No Bogeys podcast, when they asked Gannon about his sidearm grip, and he says that he puts all of his pressure into the flight plate and not into the rim. And they're like, they talk about it all the time. They lose their mind over it. So that's kind of, I think, where that started. Is like I'm kind of going into the flight plate a little bit more, and then I've just been getting good spin and can throw, flippy stuff and overstable stuff, and it's actually been doing what I want, which is an incredible feeling. Yeah, don't take any advice from stuff that I'm doing.
Yeah, dude, I have that up too right now at the same exact moment, Grant.
Yeah,
I'm observing. That's crazy. I'm literally observing.
Yeah.
No, I think
so. It's just your fingers are there's only two under the rim,
Yeah.
I guess, but the other one or two are just
holding
outside
it,
the rim.
Yeah.
Don't take any advice from me. I'm just like all of you guys, just trying to eliminate as much inconsistency as possible.
All those forehands looked smooth though to me. Like I'm not saying anything about the flight of the disc. It looks great. I've just never seen that grip before. But if you look at my forehand with that stasis ace, that thing comes out like, and then just finally slows down. So don't take advice from me either.
Yeah, right. It's so hard not to be playing with Joe on a daily basis and seeing that dude throw sidearms. You almost get angry inside because he's so good at it and he's so smooth. And then watching, Austin's been home lately. We've been doing some stuff with Germ, and just all these people are so good with no ounce of wobble coming off their sidearm. And now I'm like hyper aware of it all the time. Going back, being like, did that come out smooth? Like, you can always feel and kind of see it in the end. But Corey from Greenville, like our Greenville store, Corey Wickline, he does. Dude, I wish I had any disc that's in here with me. He does essentially like a gang sign inside. It's so convoluted and insane, bro. It's amazing.
That's
crazy.
Amazing. Yeah, no.
Hey, he's the one who aces all the time, though, right?
No, that's Brad from Raleigh.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Brad is a machine, bro. He is built so very different. Seeing him go to Bradford and just step up to hole one, and he's like, "Oh, I almost aced it." Like, he is legitimately so good at disc golf. Not even like Instagram.
He has
good.
some crazy aces that I've seen that are like, bro, what the heck?
Did you play like Brewster Ridge Open and Mass
I
States and
did.
stuff that just happened?
I did. I played Brewster Ridge and then Mass States back to back, baby.
Did you do another video with Rip Disc Golf?
I did.
Ooh.
Wait, no. Well, I don't know. I just did
meant
the
on
one.
top of the one that you did last week. Or 2
Yeah,
weeks
no,
ago.
no. I didn't do another one with Rip. I wasn't able to go to the mountaintop. I got there too late because I had no practice rounds. But I finished top 5 in MA1 at Brewster Ridge, so I was pretty proud of that. I averaged
Let's go.
like 980, I think, for the weekend, 979, something like that. And then this week at Mass States, I did top 10, but I don't know. I'm not really proud of it. I feel like I triple bogey. No, wait. Did I quad bogey? No, I triple bogeyed the last hole, which was so frustrating. And I was just like, okay, whatever.
Mile marker?
No, at Oakland. I triple bogeyed it, and I still finished top 10, but, dude, I just could have played way better. I went from -1 to +2, and I was just like, and -1's not even that good, so I was just like whatever. But, yeah, constantly growing, trying to get better. That's like, I don't know. Anyone that knows me, like, I work really, 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 really hard at disc golf and try and get better and play as much as I can. Pretty much play every day, and I'm finally seeing like progress where I'm like, okay, I'm actually like getting there. But then I see the MPO field and they're shooting like 10, 13, 14 at mile marker and Oakholm, where I could even imagine shooting like 14 at Oakholm, 13. So it's like, bro, I have such a long way to go, but I finally feel like I'm holding my own in the sense of like I feel confident in my throws, and everyone knows me as a big form guy. Like I'm obsessed about form, but I think part of the reason why I've been doing so well is the past 3 weeks I've literally just, honestly, the past month I've just kind of been committing. I feel like my form has gotten to the place where I've wanted it to. And I think I'm at the point where I don't know how to probably phrase this, but I don't know. I feel like I don't have to think about my form anymore, and I've just been letting it fly, and it feels so good and looks so good to me where I want it to be, and it's been like so refreshing because it's been such an annoying experience of just like tweaking different things, but like something really clicked a few weeks ago, and I've just been ripping the disc, ripping. And it's just been feeling great. And I don't feel any of, like, the bad timing or hitches that I used to feel that I've always wanted to fix. So it's been overall pretty awesome to kind of work hard towards something. And then 5 years later, finally kind of, reap the benefits of being more accurate. That's been my biggest thing, too. Like, I don't care if my form looks good. The reason I obsessed about it so much is, like, I feel like it's such an important thing for, like, margin of error. Like, if you're, like, like doing something crazy, you're going to have a lot less chance of being accurate. Whereas, like, if you had something like Austin Turner, like, he literally just goes forward, puts his arm back, like, and he's running towards the target. His margin of error, even if he, like, misses his line, it's going to be a lot. He's still going to be able to hit the gap a lot more times than not just because of how it's lined up. So that's been my goal, and I think I've finally got there. Obviously, I'm nowhere perfect, and I still have tons of work to do, but it's been fun shifting my mindset from form to, like, playing golf. So as I keep playing, I think the form will, like, smooth out and become more mine, where I don't have to think about, like, oh, let me try this, and I'll just it'll become second. Or, just smooth out, I guess is what I'm saying. Because it's still not, like, the best, but feels great.
So you feel like you've had all the pieces, but you kind of just, it was, like, the confidence, you think, that changed?
No, I don't think I did have all the pieces. Even up till, like, a month ago, I was just, like, still trying a bunch of things. And my biggest thing has always been just, like, timing. My biggest struggle, I'd always, like, turn my hips back early and kind of, like, lean back. And reach back and then get into position. And then, so that's been my biggest thing of figuring that out, how not to do that. Because, like I said, I really just do the form thing for kind of margin of error for efficiency. Like that's why guys like Gannon and AB, even Eagle, are just so good. It's because, like, when you look at the throw, it's just point A to point B. There's no extra things. It's just like it's super efficient where they can throw super hard and far at like 70% of their throwing, which is like a cheat code, and just like I said, efficiency, margin of error. But yeah, it's just been the past, I don't know, month or so, up to a month. I was still tortured in my mind. I was honestly getting like a little discouraged, just like bro, like I've worked so hard on this. It still feels terrible. I still like don't understand it. It has to do with I just started disc golf too late. Like I was like 22 when I found it, and I've never thrown a frisbee in my life. So it took me a lot of just like grinding to kind of feel the feelings that I know I need to feel. Which is so funny. That's like what backhand is. It's like so hard to explain, so complicated, and like you have to feel certain things, and it's impossible to teach. I'm finally feeling it where I can step up to a daunting gap and kind of just walk up and still rip pretty good, where I'm no longer like having to like you know, I don't know. Like Paul Crane's another good example. Just like very small kid, but just like super accurate, just because, and super powerful. And he walks up like at a snail's pace, just because you know he has all those mechanics. But yeah, I don't know. Just hopefully it keeps going. But for the first time in my life, genuinely, like I don't want to say I figured it out because I've said that way too much, but first time in my life I haven't been thinking about form like ever, and I've been shooting great. So like normally when I'm shooting in tournaments, like even if I shoot decent, I'm like thinking about something like, oh, like you know, turn your wrist. I don't actually think about that, but like stuff like that. Whereas like recently I've literally just been playing because it's like this feels great. Which has never happened. I think maybe I'd go a week of like feeling good and then be like, okay, actually this feels wrong. But yeah.
I can definitely relate to most of that because I also started late and feel like right now I am, to be honest, in the middle of that slope that you're talking about. I think I'm the most discouraged about disc golf that I've ever been.
Oh yeah, it's brutal.
I'm not
bro.
even gonna lie.
It's brutal.
I'm like trying to find things to make disc golf fun for me right now, to be honest. My issue is like and I think like this is some of what Ben is talking about too, not as much, but so like the whole thinking about your form is like, to me, the mental side of disc golf. And I think usually the best people or best athletes play sports well when they're not thinking about it at all, when it's just like
Absolutely.
your body just takes over. So you practice
Yes.
these form things and whatnot, but then what you want during like a tournament or a high pressure situation is your body just like takes over and knows what to do because you've done it so many times. And for me, it's been the opposite. And anytime I get in any pressure situation, it just like my mind takes over and it's like, you're bad. You don't know how to throw the disc. Like, you don't have form at all. What is an X step? And so like Creator Cup put me in like a downward spiral
Yeah.
because it's like, it makes me look like I'm like 800 rated, which I basically am because that's how I play when I'm like in pressure. And then when I play casually, I'm like, I mean, I don't know my rating in that instance, but you know, at least 900, I would say. No, I won't. I'll say 900 to not give myself much. But so when I get in front of people like that, it's like I don't know what's gonna happen. Like maybe my brain is gonna take over, and I'm gonna not look like I know what I'm doing, and maybe it's not. But that's what's been like the really frustrating thing for me. And I think the biggest part of it comes down to like my grip, because it's like basically either I'm like crushing the disc in my hand and I just like never want to let it go, or I'm like, oh, don't grip lock it. So then I just let it go.
You've had some terrible grip locks that I've seen.
That's what I'm saying.
It's because you're thinking about it. Here, I'll help you, Grant. Right here, sort of. First is the bad news. You want the good news or the bad news first?
Just give me only bad news.
Okay, the bad news is like the muscle memory, like you're saying, is true, but you have to build up to that.
Yeah.
You know, like for me, putting, I'm getting better, but in pressure situations, I still struggle. Where practice, I can nail a bunch of putts and confidently, but in pressure situations, like I missed like 5 circle one putts yesterday. Terrible. But that's because I haven't, gone to the point where I'm nailing 100% of my practice, where it's like second nature. So that same thing kind of just applies to like form or just like disc golf in general. Like, you got to put in the time, in the work to get to a certain point where the second nature is, solid and kind of just like you're in your flow state. Because if you could be just like a terrible disc golfer and not think about it, and you're still gonna be bad. So like.
Well, I think let me just say this. I think the difference is like if you have moments like flashes of you seeing your potential, and I'm not saying like I'm a pro. I'm not even saying I'm like as good as you or whatever. I'm just saying like I see my potential at different points. Like I shoot, for instance, I've shot like -5 at scrapyard, and we played that tournament together, and I shot +10 at scrapyard. So it's like I know what I'm capable of, and that to me is like that flow state.
Yes.
Versus just me getting in my head.
No, yeah. That's where I was going. Yeah, I kind of started off like, yeah, I understand what you're saying. So I was just saying, like in general, just things like you got to get better if you want to like have the natural, because we always regress in pressure situations to our we always regress to like our natural habits. So that's why in the field you're always like thinking about it, trying different things, but that's basically to like to hopefully elevate your ceiling, so when the time comes you have a higher ceiling that you can pull from, that when you are regressing to your natural, that's also a higher ceiling. But in your case, I know it's way different.
In your case, your ceiling is all
no.
the
I'm not like I'm saying,
I'm just messing.
Dude. In your case, in everyone's case, it just comes down to just like practicing and getting better at the sport, because we are not consistent enough to expect that 5 down every time. That 5 down happens, flow state, but it's like we're not consistent enough to make that where, like I said, our regression of the natural is that's probably our best of the best. So if you're expecting to shoot that in like a high pressure situation, it's way harder. And at the end of the day, it's possible, but with all the mental things that come with tournament play, dude, it's huge. Even me, like mentally, it's probably the most daunting thing in disc golf, just keeping yourself in it. Like at Brewster Ridge, I've shot +3, bro. It was a grind because I'm playing like a pro tour layout, and I'm like, any one of these trees could kick me. So I'm just like constantly having to like recenter myself and like thinking like, okay, just aim at this tree, throw it in the middle, and just like try not to think of the negative. But I don't know. Long story short, what I'm trying to say is like you just have to keep practicing so that you raise that ceiling, because and then the natural will be a lot easier in tournament where you can kind of just be free flowing. Like you could sometimes obviously shoot way above, but it just comes down to practicing. Like we're not at that point yet. I can't go out and expect to shoot 14 down, at these courses these pros are playing that have been playing for 10 years. Is it possible? Yes, but that'd be a miracle run for me. Yeah, that was a long way of saying you just got to keep going.
Get better.
I've been listening to like an audiobook, and one of the things I kept telling myself yesterday is gain control by giving up control. And I kept thinking that on my putts and on tee pads. Would I mess up and not the give up control? No, but yesterday, which is why I triple bogey, it was an experience. But yesterday, during my round, I was like, I'm going into this because I played the round before. I played too timid and scared, and I was like, bro, I didn't even throw the shots I wanted to. Like I literally played scared shots, which is even worse when you're like you're like, oh, I'm too scared mentally, subconsciously. So you're gonna play way worse than if you just committed full send and hit first available with at least you like full sent it. So yeah, I kept telling myself, I do not care about these trees. I do not care about these trees. If I kick early left, whatever. I am aiming at this thing, and I need to commit. That's disc golf. You have to commit 100% of the time. And I think this is what you're saying, because at Creator Cup, bro, you were like throwing into the ground on some shots. You've never done that. I'm serious though. Like
hey,
you've never done that in your life though, right?
Well, yeah, but I know why. It's because of the form change that I tried to do with overthrow, and And when I
It's tough, bro.
usually throw, I'm throwing nose up,
Yeah.
down. And I had some shots where I threw nose down, and that's what happened. It's because I was trying to implement stuff and it just wasn't working.
Yeah, but that's the other thing. You just have to accept that you're gonna, as you taking one step back to go 2 steps, you just have to kind of embrace the suck in a way to hopefully.
I'm taking 5 steps back.
No, but I'm serious
That's
because I feel like I'm finally at that point where I've taken like 7 steps back, and now I'm kind of hopefully crawling my way up. I don't know. Just as
6 steps back, 7 steps forward.
Yes, exactly. As an encouragement, you gotta just stop. Let it go. Is what I'm trying to say.
All right. I need to let go of this podcast. So, Sajko, say what you need to say.
Oh no! Oh, we forgot.
I have to dip.
Oh,
He is work.
We knew. We were letting you do your
Oh,
thing.
dude, I was just trying to help G Star, man. We're in this together, G Star. We will get better.
Yeah, this is just a mere snippet of your overall timeline in disc golf. Obviously, where you are at now is not where you were previously, and probably won't be where you will end up. It's just
keep
one
practicing.
part of the overall journey. So as long as you keep showing up every day, it has to change.
Yeah.
Like Ben said, embrace the suck, and I think it will get better. Anyways, we have to
trying.
wrap up. Thank you guys for listening to Funsie. We appreciate you guys. We'll see you next week with hopefully a Jay Millie. Funsie out.
Yes.
Funny.